The Philippines are gathering evidence on Chinese collusion while stressing diplomacy. This is from the Maritime Exclusive, and it was published on the 20th of August, 2024. A day after possibly the most dangerous collision between Chinese and Filipino Coast Guard vessels, officials in the Philippines sought to de-escalate the situation by talking about the diplomatic options available. While the National Maritime Council called for collecting evidence, senior government officials stressed that the president has called for resolving the issues in the South China Sea through diplomacy. 2 of the Philippines' newest patrol boats were damaged in collisions with the Chinese vessels. The 2 incidents took place about 20 minutes apart, at a distance of approximately 2 nautical miles from each other. The first vessel reportedly has a 3-foot wide and a 2.5-foot long gash on one side and a foot-deep dent on the other side. The second vessel is reported to have a 3.6-foot long gash on one side. Pictures showed the holes in the hull as well as multiple dents on both sides of the vessels and reports of damage to the engine exhaust on one of the vessels. The Coast Guard has been ordered to gather evidence and develop proper documentation that can be used for a possible filing of a diplomatic protest. The Philippines is still pursuing a diplomatic and peaceful approach, saying a kinetic action would not be the best interest of our country and of China and even in the region. This came after both sides on Monday traded accusations about the incident. The Philippines accused the Chinese vessel of being unprofessional and performing illegal and dangerous maneuvers. The Chinese called their actions legitimate, professional, and restrained, insisting that the Philippines patrol boats change course into the path of the Chinese vessels. Philippine government officials highlighted that the decision would be made by the president after reviewing the recommendations of the council. One suggestion that many Filipino officials have backed is seeking to expand the tentative agreements governing the resupply efforts. They said it could possibly be expanded to other areas in the maritime domain. The United States, Germany, France, New Zealand, and Australia all issued statements of support for the Philippines. The Japanese embassy said it was seriously concerned over the recent aggressive conduct. The Chinese officials reiterated in their briefing the position that the Philippines was the first to violate China's rights. However, the Chinese also seemed to refocus their criticism from the Philippines to the United States. They said America should stop inciting confrontations, calling U.S. actions as undermining regional stability and exacerbating tensions. This is all happening because of a dispute over who owns a certain section of the South China Sea. It's been going on for ages. It's probably not going to stop anytime soon. Both countries think they own that section of water with some islands. It's just a disputed area, and neither one's going to back down. I kind of have to agree with China on one point. The other countries need to stay out of this and let them figure it out for themselves, at least for the time being. But nothing good is going to come of this. Eventually, somebody's going to sink someone else's ship. Someone's going to die. And that almost happened in this case. They were just lucky all this damage is above the waterline.